Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Firstly, I'm the team leader of the group Digital Bridge, and I am here with my team to ask you questions about digital literacy of senior citizens. So, firstly, I would like you to introduce yourself. Who are you and what's your designation?
My name is Yasir. I'm working as system manager in a public sector university called University of Veterinary and Animal Sciences, Lahore.
So, our first question is, what challenges do senior citizens commonly face when using digital technology?
The most common problem they face, I think, would be the illiteracy about the technical aspects of any system, regarding it's a PC or a laptop or a mobile system. Even I have seen people struggling with mobile phones, smartphones. How come it is possible that they can even get all aspects regarding laptops and PCs and how to configure or basically use a system, a module which was developed not for senior person. Actually, they have problem with their eyesights, they have problem with they cannot learn very much. They are not literate about the use of technology terms. Any system, any module which is using too much technology terms, which is using too much, for example, technical know-how, which is using technical know-how, it will be a problem for senior people. So the first problem would be a visual problem. Usually it would be hard for them to read the fonts and font sizes and all these things. Second problem, even if they can read or see the small font sizes, then they still have a problem that they will not be able to actually know how to use this program or software properly or a digital platform properly. Even some people have even problem handling a mouse or keyboard. They don't know even the basics of computers or basics of internet. So that is the main problem, that the IT literacy is very less in senior persons. The young generation is more familiar, or you can say that they are more active in learning new technologies, including PCs, laptops, all digital platforms as well.
Have less experience and
yes, that is the main problem for senior people.
So secondly, in your view, how can tech companies make their products more senior friendly? Like how can they help them?
They can help them if companies make products such like that they use, for example, voice recognition patterns. They collect data through voice of senior, and then they process it and extract right information out of it, do data mining on it, or do AI based intelligence counters from it, extract variables from it, and then use that data to actually process or use their own module. Then that would be better, because the senior people, as I said earlier, senior people won't be able to actually use that module. So if a question is asked verbally and an answer is presented, and the system, AI based system or voice recognition based system, actually extracts the exact information which is required by the system out of that voice, then that would be most beneficial or most easy to use module or software for senior citizens.
So just AI connected with the voice.
AI with voice recognition. AI with voice recognition and identification of the key variables out of that voice, which will be used through data mining techniques.
So just any AI which takes command from the voice as a text.
Yes.
So thirdly, what basic digital skills should senior citizens learn first?
I think the most basic skill they should learn about the basics of computer, basic of technology, internet technology, how internet works, how PCs works, how systems work. What are the most basic technical terms which are, for example, if you ask for an input and he doesn't know what is an input, he doesn't know input or difference about input or output, then he cannot guide you, he cannot provide you the details you actually are seeking or requiring from them.
Don't you think you should learn for the use of mouse and keyboard?
Definitely, when you are going to familiarize yourself with PC or laptop, then these input devices are the most basic devices you have to learn. You have to basically learn how to use an OS, operating system. Then you have to learn how to use internet. You have to learn how to use your gadget, the gadget in your hand. You have to learn that how you are going to apply different settings, what effects these settings are going to apply. When you learn those digits, when you learn those words, those technical words, actually you develop your know-how about technology. And when you develop your know-how, then you can answer any query, you can use any software. You basically develop your consciousness around it.
So you just need to familiarize with them.
Yes, familiarize with all the technical and technical. Young generation is very familiar with them, but the older persons are actually either they don't want to, they think their time has passed and these things are not for them, these things are for their kids or for younger generation. These things are not, either they don't want to learn, or if they try to, their memory doesn't support this learning process, their memory doesn't support, their eyesight doesn't support this learning efforts, then they actually quit very quickly.
So, how does your company consider accessibility for older users in software design?
Actually, we are not running any company as such. Yes, we as a university, we are basically developing and running various modules and various services. Most of them are for young generation, for students who are going to get admissions or going to take their exams or things like that. But some modules are for some advertisements. We create some admission campaigns, ad campaigns we run that are focused or targeted to senior people. Those ads actually are targeted to senior people whose child or whose some younger child or sibling, someone may be interested in our admission. Those are targeted to that. Or all our applications, if we are supposed to develop any application for senior citizens or senior people, then definitely we would recommend these things which I have told you earlier. For example, voice recognition or a system which will ask questions verbally, which will read out the questions, which will learn their answer, which will extract information out of those answers and convert it to variables to be used in our computer program or computer system. I think that would be the best way to.
Have the university started any project like this?
Not yet. As I told you earlier, that we are basically actually our user is a young generation user. We don't have a senior user anywhere, even inside. For example, I just told you, our students, parents of our students are the only focus. That is only focus when we are running a ad campaign or something. So no such facility is right now even considered.
Do they plan?
No. I think they should. If they want to, university want to reach out better to individuals. For example, this university is mostly related to veterinary field. So veterinary professionals who are old age, veterinary doctors and veterinary professionals who are interested that their children may be studying in this university later on. Maybe if we want to target them, if we want any survey from them, if we want any feedback from them, maybe that can be used. That module may be developed and then we can extract data out of their experience or knowledge. Or maybe if we want to learn from their experience from the industry and then convey it to our students, then that could be helpful. If an application is developed where non-technical person can share their experiences through voice, we may answer them, they share their experience, we extract all relevant information through data mining or through AI or through whatever means we deem necessary, then we can use that extracted information to teach or enhance the experience of our students, practical knowledge of our students. That could be used. Yes, that could be a future dimension.
So, what features make apps or website easier for senior citizens to use?
As I said, they would be always be versed at reading. Any apps or application which would be using audio visual.
Audio visual?
Yes, audio visual to show or get data. That would be most easy for senior citizens to learn.
Can you define audio visual?
Audio video means which it will show videos or pictures. Then it will ask a question and get audio data or video data or a picture data, and then if you will show them graphs, they would understand. If you would show them table, they won't understand. Simply the all audio visual tools and its techniques, if you are going to present that to senior citizens, then it would be helpful for them. Otherwise it will be very difficult.
So they should just make simpler apps.
Simpler apps which are
better font size.
Yes, better font size, and which can, as I said earlier, which can recognize things like ads and voices and all these things.
So my question from you would be, how can tech companies support digital literacy training for senior citizens?
As I said earlier, any utility, any app which would be delivering digital data through pictures or audios, that would be the best way to make them literate. Actually, YouTube videos, for example, are the best example of learning platform for senior citizens. Actually, if you are going to show them texts or pamphlets or booklets, they are not going to read it. They are not going to learn it. If you want them to learn digital, you want them to be digitally illiterate, basically you want them to be literate, then you have to show the graphical data, video data, or all such type of data, and you will present that and they can learn that.
So how important do you think this is, the digital literacy is for senior citizens in this modern day?
Very much. I think they can. The current world is world is actually on the verge where the data and digital worlds are changing very rapidly. Some years back, we were only used to learn about databases, relational databases. We were used to learn about digits and rows and columns and things like that. In few years back, the world has transformed into data mining. There is textual data, there is visual data, there is audio data, and information is extracted from out of it through many analyzing algorithms have been developed. Information is extracted from a raw data. That raw data is not in the form of text. It may be in the form of any raw number of digits. It could be in any form of videos. It could be in form of pictures, and information is extracted out of those. Now we are seeing a recent shift in AI. AI is what it is doing. You give it a picture or visual data of some kind. It reads that picture, it studies it, it analyzes what this picture is trying to communicate to you, and then it's understand that purpose. It asks you what do you want to do about it, and whatever you command it actually transforms that picture or video to your requirements. Not only it can understand or read that picture and video, it can actually recreate another version of picture or video. It has the leaps which have science and technology taken are up to this extent. Now the future is going to into this, the AI, the audiovisual aid, and that is the only thing. If we want seniors to actually benefit from it, We have to provide them digital literacy. We have to provide easy to understand tool, easy to teach tool to them, and we have to transfer basically technology awareness, technology knowledge to them, because we cannot isolate or neglect our population. Young generation of Pakistan is around 30 to 30% population of Pakistan. You cannot neglect those remaining 70%. If you want to benefit from them, benefit from their experience, benefit from their expertise, you have to make such tools, you have to develop such tools where you can extract their information, you can get maximum benefit from their experience or life, you can say.
Right, so it is very significant because we can learn from their experiences, their past life.
Exactly.
So my next question would be, what kind of training methods work best for teaching seniors online, in person or blended, like in person and online?
Yes, I would say a blended approach is the best approach, because seniors tend to actually ask a lot of questions, as they are not well versed with these latest technologies. They will ask a lot of questions. They need personal reply to them. They will need a person who would reply personally and answer their all these queries and things like that. So definitely they would need a person, and a person only cannot teach everything. They have to show, as I said earlier, they have to show the use technology and show them data visually, so that they can understand what has been tried to teach to them actually.
So do you think holding workshops for senior citizens would be beneficial for them?
Yes, if they are online, because attending lectures or classes on a specific venue is not possible, for maybe would be not beneficial too much for them, unless or until they are very motivated or very pressed that they have to learn that thing. Otherwise, in online platforms, they have, for example, they can learn from the comfort of their home, from the comfort of their own gadgets, through internet or something like that. That platform, such workshops, such training materials, such would be very helpful and beneficial for them.
So my next question is, what new technologies like AI or voice assistants could make technology easier for seniors? Do you think that there should be more add-ons in AI-based software?
Definitely. For example, I have seen a lot of adult people, senior citizens, using mobile phones just through Google Assistants. They just pass inputs through voice. They even typing on the mobile phone is very hard for them. They pass inputs through voice, and the Google Assistant reads that and extract information, whatever it find out over the internet, and present it to them. Sometimes even in the voice. The ChatGPT, most famous ChatGPT or Gemini or all those AI platforms versions are those where the bots or chat programs actually talk to them. That are the most widely used options. Not typing text or things like that. They receive command through voice, and even they play back the answers through a voice. That is the most reached or most used features of these platforms. So in the same way, if we are going to build AI chatbots or AI search engines in browsers, in all our apps, for example, in office applications or in all other things, that it would be much more easy and much more convenient for senior citizens. So definitely those applications should be built, should be made, and should be accessible to senior citizens.
You have a very, very valid point that every AI-based software must have an option of AI voice chat. So my last question would be, what advice would you give to those creating digital literacy programs for senior citizens?
I would say that they should interact more with the senior persons, especially those who are technology literate. They can guide you better about the shortcomings the technologically illiterate persons actually are facing or could face, or how could they be resolved for those persons. So those people can guide better what features, what things are need to be introduced in those softwares or those programs or those apps or modules that would help better understand the literate senior persons who are technically basically illiterate.
Right. Thank you very much. It was a great session with you, and we got to learn a lot about the literacy of the senior citizens.
Thank you so much for your time.